Up. What's up, guys? Hey, how are you? Let's see if it's working on the old YouTubes. See if we got an image, a sound. I don't know if I'm loud enough, but doing all I can here. So, yeah, it looks presentable. Sounds off. Char, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Seraphim, what's going on in the chat, guys? We are big chilling today. Big chilling. Let's see if I can get out of your way a little bit. All right, that's more in the way. That's less in the way. There you go, boys. What's going on? It's live out here at the mountaintop. I came out today. Beautiful day. I got a huge job scheduled tomorrow. Thank the Lord. It's a good thing. And big chilling out. I just cooked some andouille sausage dogs out here on the solo stove. You guys have seen me use it before. A lot of fun. Let me pop this chat out so you guys, so I can at least see you. How is everybody today? It is Monday. I hope you guys are doing great. We've been super busy. Not busy at work, but busy helping a friend paint and doing all this other stuff. I got us a little fire going today. It's not easy since everything's wet right now, but I am what you might call a professional, outdoorsy, a little outdoorsy maybe. So yeah, got us a nice little fire going. Let's see if we can get this zoomed in. Why is this not getting bigger? Oh, boys. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Let's see who's in the chat. Good to see you, Seraphim. Good to see everybody. I'm letting y'all stream in a little bit before I get into today's topic, which should be a good one. I want you to get larger. All right, boys, doing good. Let me get this text situated here. I hope y'all are doing great. Today's topic is about you actually cared about her. This is such an interesting one to me because I have so many guys that I talk to or have talked to over my time doing this kind of stuff. And one of the most interesting things I get is people are amazed to find out that they cared about someone who maybe didn't care at all or was, say, using them, maybe something along those lines. That's usually the case we run into out here. And I wanted to talk about this a little bit with you guys. We've done a video in the past, it's been a while, where we talked about being used, what it means, and how a lot of women will do this because it's a common thing. And it's what's interesting about this is actually it's almost like they're taught this, you know, like it's just a regular old thing and normal, which is sad. It's very, very sad. Men and women, the relationships have really gone downhill because why would you put in effort for someone that you have probably in your life? I don't know about you guys, but I'm 49. In my life, I've loved, I don't know, many women. I mean, cared about them in a, not just a sexual sense, but really cared about them. And yeah, didn't serve well. I mean, again, it's fun when you're in it, but on the same hand, so is like drugs. Don't do drugs. I hate drugs, but I'm just saying, like, it's, you think all these things and you think it's going to be perfect, and what you fail to realize a lot of times is it's not going to be. And furthermore, you'd probably both be very bored if that was the case. You and your lady friend would probably both be bored. Where's the zoom on this piece of shit? Excuse my French voice. There it is. Oh, there it is. That's better. You would be bored, she would be bored, but more importantly, the thing that I think most men find themselves in this position in a relationship and they realize that you cared about her, like you cried when she hurt, or maybe not cried, but you cared. You did things, you went and got the pizza or the whatever you could do to help your girl. And a lot of times they don't appreciate this. Like you would think they would. They don't. Char, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Results in the house. Let's make you blue, Results. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream on the mountaintop, boys. Old Johnny's been cooking up here. I got us together some firewood, and I had to add tinder and kindle to it. Tinder? I had to add shit to it for about 30 minutes to get it to nice and going, but yeah, I think like that's sustainable for a few hours now. We should be good, or at least for a little bit. Good to see everybody. Dan's in the house, says, "Woo, Johnny's on." Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. Great to see y'all. As always, I appreciate it. Thank you to all of you that do support the show. There's donation links if you want to support the show. If you don't want to support the show, that's fine. Also, before any of you think, well, John's a grifter. Guys, I was in Undead Chronics channel just the other day and sent him a cash app. All the love goes around, and we reciprocate. We all give back to one another. It's fine. But thank you guys to you that do participate. Let's talk about why this is so important. Us men are very guarded most of the time. Most of the time, as you're a young man, you're a little less guarded because you haven't had much experience in life. But as you get more experience, you realize, hey, you got to watch your back out here because there's a lot of people that would take advantage. Not just like criminal types and whatnot and scamming broads, but a lot of broads for sure. And it's easy to trick a young man. It's easy to fool a young man if he thinks that she really loves him because he probably genuinely loves her, because we men love a very different way. When we start to actually care about something, I'll give you an example. Maybe you had an old granddad or dad, or maybe you out there one day were like, no, I don't want to get a cat. No, I don't want a kitten. No, I don't want to do that. And she probably did it anyways. And then one day this kitten comes up to you and you're like, you remind me of that bitch. I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. And eventually the kitten starts purring, it starts loving on you, and you're like, I fucking love this little thing. You know what I'm saying? And you would protect that kitten. You would do whatever you could. You wouldn't want to hurt that kitten or make it feel bad. Women don't really have this thing. Like, they would never, well, I don't want to say never. They would a lot of times hurt an animal. Some of them would do even worse than that, but when they love something, it's based on how that something makes them feel or interacts with their life in a way that could be useful or beneficial in some form. It sounds very sad, but we men are very similar. However, and they'll tell you this, we want sex. Like, it's about sex a lot of times in the beginning of a relationship. That's what it is. And we want these types of things. And a lot of times what will happen is you will be wanting this sex. You will get it, and then she becomes this little kitten that was purring on you and was like, hey, and you're like, shit, I love you now. Well, they don't do that. I don't know why. It's not like they love, and they kind of feel the same types of things that we'd feel, but it's based a lot on some usury thing. How can this benefit me? Or does he have status? Or who is he? And don't tell me it's not true. You don't see a lot of women out there dating 90-year-old dudes, do you? Or dudes dating 90-year-old women that don't have money, that is. Right? So we agree. Men want sex. Women want things. No, more, I think, is the joke. Women want more. Flatlander 2000 in the house. Great to see you, sir. I don't know if I've missed all that. I need to make sure I'm on all chats, because sometimes it just goes, I miss everybody's chats. All right, how many people are in here? We got anybody watching? This is the second channel, so, you know, we're not doing great over here so far, but it looks, hey, we got a few people watching. That's great for the old second channel. Shout out to you guys. Do you guys, and you can put it in the chat or you can stay quiet, but have you ever loved something and then went out of your way to hurt it or did something that would hurt that thing? Now, it's a delicate situation because it's not just love. Some people get infatuated, they think they're in love, and it's a lot of times infatuation. Some people are codependent. They have to have this other person, or any other person really, in their life. And when I say that, what I mean is, you might look at the person they're with now and say, well, why did you choose this person? And this doesn't seem like a good fit for you or whatever, but they're codependent. They would have taken anyone because they need to have someone in their life to validate them. Some people just are this way. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't make you any better than any. Humans come in all different shapes and sizes. Pause, by the way. I don't know why some of you come in the sizes you come in, but that's what it is. You wouldn't want to just settle for anyone. And people that tend to be codependent, they either always have someone in their life or have to have someone in their life, whether it's a mother, a girlfriend, or whatever. And then if it's not those things, a lot of times it's a pet, like, you know, and I don't mean like just a pet, but like, you know, you're always having to get validation from some living thing that you are living is a negative for you as a man. This is very difficult to get a hold of. This is very difficult to wrap your head around because most people are told that, well, we're completely social. Us humans are social beings and we have to more people and more people and more people. Well, that's proven to be very ineffective in our country and bad for us, quite frankly. Not just because we're all different, but because the more people you have, the less resources you have to maintain those people. Food, housing, shelter, hospital, surgeries, veterinarians for the dogs. You have to have these things, guys. Somebody drop a chat in there. Let me know, is this shit still on? Hello. I'll post some shit in there myself. There you go, boys. At least I can see it is. Oh, it is working. Appreciate it. Let's see what you're saying here, Seraphim. If you have the internal focus of control, you don't need nobody to validate you. That's a great point, guys. What a good point. If you have the internal focus of control, you don't need someone to validate you. This is something that I is very big in my life. Moments like this to me are cherished. They are a thing of absolute beauty. I miss family sometimes, and I miss the kids sometimes, and I miss hanging out with other people, but sometimes coming out and being alone and enjoying yourself alone or in nature or just away from fucking people, you'll find that to be so much more refreshing to you than this go, 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 people, people, people. It's Sally's birthday's pets fucking graduation, and we got to go to it's my cousin's hamster's ferret's best friend's house. No. Less is more. It's very simple. You can't appreciate this if you're surrounded by too much. If you have an abundance of things and people and stuff and places you go in your life and all this other stuff, you will often find yourself lost or miserable because you don't even know who the fuck you are. Less is more. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, God's country. I'm by myself. It's fantastic. Now, again, I am live streaming to you guys. I am, putting on this stuff for you right now. But the reason I do that is to show you that this is also an option. I think we get so bogged down as men and think, well, I got to constantly go and I got to have the house and I need a boat and I want people to see me winning and have a truck and a fancy. Guys, I've done that before and had those things. And now that I don't have all those things, I feel so free. I'm not worried somebody's going to come and repossess my truck. I'm not worried about all these other things, even rent. I mean, I have less bills, which thankfully, so I can pay the child support, send something to the ex-wife when I can, and try to stay alive and eat and live well. But living outside of the normal a lot of times will help you in life because it'll get you relaxed. I feel, and I could be wrong, and when I say I feel, I mean from the black pit of where my soul used to be, I think that society at large is designed to keep you in its web, confused, not just through news or media or whatever, but you got the schooling and you got this and you got to go to that and there's soccer practice, little Timmy's got to be over here for this structure. Everything is so structured, you don't actually have a time to just sit and think to yourself or just fucking be. When I was a kid, we used to go outside. We used to just play with pine straw or a stick. We had time to be and time to think. And now with all of these screens, whether it's the laptop or a TV or the phone screen or I'm not innocent here either. But we have all these things that we think we love. And a lot of times it's not the case. And this is that attachment I speak of when I say some women think they're in love. And they're really not. They're infatuated with the lifestyle or the whatever, but many times not love. Many, many times. Flatland says, the things you own end up owning you. Great quote from Fight Club, guys. What an amazing quote. You see, man, I'm glad you brought that up, Flatlander. Excellent point. So in the movie Fight Club, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, but you have to know that the unhappy him that had this apartment, he had all the stuff and all the IKEA stuff, and he was doing all the right things and doing exactly what society told him to do, and he hated it. He hated it. And at the end of the Fight Club, the guy that he looked up to most was his alter ego, his other self. Sorry if you hadn't seen it. Like he looks up to this other person or whatever, and at the end of it, he realizes this person that lives outside of the confines of the regular fucking world is freer, happier, full of life and vibrance and gusto and a little bit of balls and a little edge to it. And in the end, really, it was him. And the metaphor, of course, being that they were going to destroy quote unquote societal norms in society. But the idea of it, guys, the more you have, the less you will have of yourself. You fill your life with all of these things and these subscriptions, and you got to do this, and I got to send off that payment. Now I got to check my email, and so I got to download their app to be part of their sports club. And you lose yourself. And the importance of this stream today is you loved her, but I want you to think about this, because this is part of what I'm talking about now is, do you love yourself? If not, get to know yourself better. Spend more time with yourself, not sitting on your ass. Do something. Yes, it will take effort. I got to drive all the way to the park, and it's 20 minutes to the park. It's 20 minutes for me to drive through the park to get to where the road is that goes up to the mountain. It's 20 minutes to ride up to the mountain. And that's before I've gathered any firewood, any pine straw. It's before I've done anything else. I brought the camera. I got a fucking battery over here you can't see. 12-volt battery. It's going to an inverter. I've got this phone here is throwing internet to the laptop, and that phone there is live streaming this to YouTube directly from it. I got the GoPro. I've got sausage dogs. I got the cooler here full of water, and I got cheese in there and crackers and. You're hurt because you loved her or hers, however many there were. And you realize you've invested all this time, energy, and effort into her, the love, the relationship, and the shit wasn't even real. Or it didn't bother her as much. And it probably still bothers you a little bit to this day, for being honest. Even if you've totally moved around on, you're like, well, that was a sore spot in life, to say the least. Result says, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. That was a phenomenal song. Phenomenal song. There are a lot of great Red Pill songs out there. Man Eater by Hall & Oates. Just a bunch of them come to mind I need to do stream on. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to stoke this around a little bit with my stick, and then I'm going to pan you guys around, let you look around at everything, and then I'll do some more talking back here at the old table. A sip of water. It smells wonderful out here. I think it's oak and cedar, or pine in there and cedar. Something smells good. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, that's good. Always use a professional poker. Yeah, get in there, boy. Get on in there. All right. Let's see if I can get you guys to spin around nice and gently here without making it all wobbly. All right. Check it out. Oh shit, this is gonna be difficult, isn't it? There we go. All right, so we got the laptop chilling. Cooler, water, pots, solo stoves over there, sausage dogs. Got my gloves for outdoors. Trolling motor. And 12-volt trolling motor, 400-watt inverter. Laptop's not plugged in right now, but it is charging this phone. So yeah, guys, this is what we got going here today, boys. Let's see if we can get you stable again. That'll work. That'll work. All right. Beautiful day to be out. Retro Scotty, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. What did you say in here? Oh, I don't see Retro. I thought I did. It's Flatlander's icon. Guys, it's getting old. A lot of fun, huh? Let's see. Flatlander, what did you say, buddy? I really cared about the young one I dated. She cast me off when she was done. Didn't faze her at all. That's the truth, man. This is the interesting one. Us guys typically do like younger legal women, but usually it's because the younger women are jaded. They're not cunts. They're not. They're fun to be around. They're nice and they're positive, and it's usually a good time. The thing about that is, when you lose one of those, it really hurts because you're like, oh, she was sweet and she was seemingly innocent. You don't even know these days anymore, especially these days. But back when I was a young man in '93, I was see, it's '93, so I was what, 17, and I had a girl who was a little younger than I was, and it was just a wonderful relationship because there was so much innocence and purity to the whole thing, and it was, we were interested in the same musics and doing the same types of things, and it was at that young age that you're like, well, I'm the best friend with my partner here, which not partner, but your girlfriend, your guy friend, or whatever, and you love them. You're like, I love the time spent. I cherish these memories. I'll look back at this for the rest of my life. And then I remember when she left, she just pulled away. And one day it was like we never knew each other, never spoke. She didn't want to talk. No, those. Oh, and then come to find out she had another guy all of a sudden. Look, I get it. Men and women, multiple partners. Nobody's trying to do the right fucking thing anymore. I got it, but you think about what could have been. All these people are like, oh, my high school sweetheart. Well, this was my high school sweetheart. And I thought we would grow up together, and years later, we'd still love each other as much and have kids, and we'd be able to tell people in 30 or 40 years, yeah, we were high school sweethearts. No, I mean, you can always get back together with somebody, but once they pretty much let you know they don't care if it hurts you, and they're probably, they got somebody else around, well, why would you get back together with that person? Unless you didn't love yourself very much. Let's see what you guys are saying. Drumwolf, good to see you, buddy. You could never do anything like that in Columbus, Ohio. People there don't respect your privacy. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of these northern places, guys, that happen to lean liberal or liberal-ish on some of them, it's just crazy. A lot of craziness going on out there. I saw the Minnesota Timberwolves or whatever. I don't even know what sports ball that is, so I don't know if it's football or what. I don't. I'm just sorry, I don't. But there's a bunch of dudes that look like, some of them had nose rings, some of them had like pink hair or green hair, or I just really wonder what happened to men. And when I see young men in some of these places displaying themselves like that, it's quite disheartening because we are trying to set semi-masculine, if you'll forgive me, but at least semi-masculine role model for the younger children. We're trying to do something for these young men coming up that will give them some hope in being a man, because society is beating men down everywhere. Not off, unfortunately, but down. And this isn't good. Across the board, this isn't good, guys. Young men today, what hope do you have if you're a young man and you're facing regular puberty and testosterone and feelings, and maybe a broad doesn't like you, throw that in somewhere, and you got schoolwork and all this other stuff, and then you find out, hell, half of the community hates you. Lesbians definitely hate you, Liberals, if you're a dude and you're white. Now, if you're a black dude, you get a little points there. I will give you that. But a young white man, most young black men, unfortunately, not due to the liberal white women, which apparently love black young men and criminals, but their problem is that they then have to battle the society that is dictated largely by behavior of those types of individuals. And that could be anybody of any color. My stance on this. I don't like the bottom 20% of all people. All people. So that's a battle, an uphill battle that these young men have to face out here. And we are talking about the black young men at this moment, but all men are facing this battle. And it's either society hates you because you're a white man and an oppressor and a colonizer. And listen, it's because we were kicking in the skulls. If we have to remind people of that, let us know. Say when. I do want to say this. Young black men have that paradigm where if you try to get better or you try to lift yourself up a little bit, you're called names. And, what are you trying to graduate? You think you're better than me? All of these things, but can you kick my ass? That's a popular one I've heard. the stigmas are what is holding most people down and in place. And a lot of that is what we talked about a second ago when I told you, don't live up to the societal expectations that society has on you. If you're a young black man watching right now, you don't have to live that life or be a part of that life of the hood culture and the this and the that and the shootings and the, I got it, man. Yeah, I got it. But there is another way. And if you start as a young man and develop yourself now, you could do so much in life. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the roadblocks you think are in your way because you're a young black man aren't actually there. You were told that by people that you, family members, friends, other people that refuse to lift themselves up. But I'll tell you, I know a lot of young black men, a little older now, they're 25, 26 and growing still, but who went a different route, did things. So it is possible. Now the reason I say that to you guys is, yeah, you're getting a little bit of the wind sound. Sorry about that. I don't have an earmuff or a dead cat for the phone to cover up the little soundy hole. Sorry about that. I don't know if it's just windy there or you can hear wind here, but got a little bit of a breeze, which I'm thankful for because it's carrying the smoke away from the building, which is lovely. So you guys tend to figure out a little bit too late that you valued them much more than they value you. And again, this is across the board for some reason. Women just don't put the same particular importance on people that they do things. Now, things like her purse or this special bag or this other thing that thing will be amazing, and she'll love it very much. This is why we say men and women are different in the eyes of God, because women idolize things, and the Bible is specifically against idol worship. This is why, if you're a Christian, you already know this, hopefully, and women idolize things. And Christianity is about loving and caring for people, serving each other. Your family, ideally, hopefully, it goes from God to the man, to the woman, to the children, hopefully, which, but the idea of that is, in that hierarchy, the man loves the woman and the children that are there under him, and he wants the best for them, under him and God. However, women ain't really doing that shit no more with God. They're not really on that kick anymore, which is sad and unfortunate, especially for them, because it was in place to protect them from themselves. But they do idolize material shit, unfortunately. All right, give me 1 second, boys. Grab my old hat over here. Lovely. What are you waiting for? Good fire we got going today. Oh, guys. Oh, it's so good. Sometimes you gotta just get out, feel the day out. It's kind of chilly out here. Like I said, I think it's 50 now, maybe going down a little. It's supposed to drop this afternoon, but still nice and early right now. Sun's almost directly overhead. So what is it? 1 o'clock-ish? 1:15 maybe. God, the warmth of a fire. It doesn't get any better than that. Oh yeah. I still have another hot dog. Well, on duty sausage dog over there I need to eat, but I will do that in a little bit. Let's see who's in here. What have I missed? Oh, it's a basketball team. That's my bad. That is my bad. Seraphim says, she's never yours, it's just your turn. Yeah, that's the sad truth we tell men, and I get fight back on this, from a lot of, I guess, newer guys, younger guys, some older guys that have been stuck in their ways, and they think that relationships are still the same as they were in the past. Dan, nice to have you. What's going on? Parts of Columbus near the university are freak world. The mayor, an incompetent, hyper-left, juice. Yes, I understand. It's weird to see a juice in a position of power, isn't it? Like you almost never see that except always. It's weird. I mean, statistically, it's improbability, mathematically, impossible if you're 2% of the population to be all the actors and stars and people in the medias and the. Well, that's weird. Don't think about it though. Let's not notice any of that. Yeah, yeah. Nothing like the people outside of the city. Opposite. Yep. And I think a lot of people have moved away from the cities, guys. If you're living in a city, I know a lot of people think, well, it's the coolest and it's the best. And well, there may be jobs there, but everything costs so much, it makes it a moot point to have the job if you can barely afford to pay and live. And a lot of times you can't. And out in the country or out in rural areas, or at least out a little bit, you have a better opportunity a lot of times. You can find jobs, you can find different gigs or jobs to do, like maybe you paint some part-time, maybe you cut some grass part-time, maybe you do all kinds of other things part-time. But it will give you a more fulfilling life. But the more you are going from thing to thing to thing to thing and constantly moving, and you got to go here and you got to go there and do this, and then you got to go over there and do that, and then you got to go here for the wife, and her family's coming over on Tuesday. Fuck all that. Look. This is better. This is better. I've done all that. I did it with 2 different women. Pause, don't clip that. And I've tried it for 20 something years between the 2 marriages, 5 kids. And I can tell you this, I loved it when I was in it. I would have never wanted it to change ever, but sadly it wasn't up to me. And since it did change, well, you look at it back and you think, man, I really loved her. How did I fall for it? How did I care so much and she cares so little? Or whatever you guys say. Drumwolf says, a lot of women in Columbus, Ohio are either bisexual or lesbians. Yeah. This is another thing, guys. I think we need segregation more than anything now. Listen to me. Let's listen. Maybe we have like a middle bit or something where everybody can commingle and come in and destroy their bloodline or whatever they want to do. And then we have other places where like people like you don't have to be with people who aren't like you, whatever that people may be. Right? So that all of our race, creeds, colors, cultures, religions, or lack of religions, if you're a Jew, you should be in a place that's just around your people. They have that in Israel. They don't really let a lot of other people in, but they let everybody in everywhere else, allegedly. Allegedly. Let's continue the stream here, boys. Yeah, windy today. Most women are also very overweight, very bottom heavy as well. Yeah, the shape of people is getting weird. I've seen a lot of weird shaped people yet. I mean, there's always been like a little overweight. And by today's standards, we have just shot that way out of the water. People are much heavier than they've ever been here in America. And many of them are weird shaped now. Like I saw a lady with weird like inverse knees. Like her shit was bent backwards like this, and she had little thin legs, and like her ass was, and then the rest of her is all like this, like a donut, and then little bitty arms like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know what's going on anymore, but it is weird. It is weird, man. Shit. Ketamine, what's up, buddy? Currently lurking because of work. Hoping all is well with y'all. Thank you, buddy. Hope you are doing well. We are big chilling today up by the fire on top of the mountain. Yesterday was windy. Today is not too windy, which is why we're streaming up here. I figured it should be pretty chill. Hopefully you don't hear too much wind noise. I'll probably watch the stream back a little bit later on and find out the whole thing was fucked up. Yeah, women idolize material goods. Yes. This is it. Listen, if you have a little house on the prairie, imagine that was actually used to be a show because it was a dream for people. It would have been amazing to have that. But let's say you have a little house on the prairie and whatever. Maybe you don't have all the fancy TV cable channels and the whatever, and then maybe you don't have the big Escalade and well, a lot of women today, that's not going to be good enough for because they can't just be happy with what they have. Which is why everyone's so miserable. You're always in a constant state of, I got to get the next thing, I got to get the next thing, I got to check the next box, I got to take the next item, I got this, and I bought that, and check out my this, I got my Stanley Cup, and I got my fucking, all the other shit, every Lululemon, and I got my Forever 21, and I I've seen this shit my whole life. It was Z Cavaricci's, and then it was fucking, yeah, yeah, Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. You gotta have Calvin Klein 1, guys. Cool Water Cologne. Some of you older cats. Ashley B, looking real good today. John, hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys out there. Hope you all are doing well, everybody. Having a wonderful day today. Drumwolf still on the carnivore diet. I have more energy when I was in my 30s. Yeah, this works for me very well, guys. I try to eat as much like decent meat as possible. Now I do every now and again go for a nice easy sausage dog when I'm out here in the trail or the woods or something and want something quick, easy, and hot that's actual food. You can always come out here and whip up like nuts and trail mix, and I see people with granola bars. Guys, 10 minutes, my water was boiling. I put the sausage dogs in the water, let it boil, popped one out and ate it. The other one's still warm in the water, so I could pop it out and eat it anytime now. Or I could throw it next to the fireplace for 10 minutes and boil the water again. Have a nice, super hot andouille sausage dog again. So you got to look at these things and what you're willing to do for yourself these days in order to change your life. Because one thing I tell you guys, get to know yourself, man. Get comfortable with who you are. Because if you constantly have to be validated through purchases or people, well, when people are scarce, you're going to make more purchases. When you don't have the things in your life, you're going to feel sad or down because, well, I don't have this and so has that. So-and-so is probably fucking miserable and you don't know it. Because people don't come around and just be, fucking life sucks. And some people do, and there's some Debbie Downers and stuff, but most people don't tell you when shit ain't really going right in their life. They act like everything's fine. And I'm an empath, so you can't tell me everything's fine if you're looking at me in the face, because I will sense it. I will know it. I may not always say, oh, no, I know everything's not fine, because I could tell you don't want to talk about it. On the verge of breaking down, in tears possibly. And I understand. I've seen it happen 1,000 times. You never know what the next guy is going through. This is always why I tell you guys, lift up other men if you get a chance. If you see a guy that you can help out a little bit, not necessarily financially, but talk to. Sometimes guys just need somebody to talk to. Some guys have never talked to anybody or shared any feelings or emotions with anyone. And I'm not saying you share all your feelings and emotions, for God's sake. Keep it together. Put your shoulders back. But sometimes you guys got to find other people that need someone to talk to, that need a friend. Because this is how we help one another, which is ultimately what we're trying to do here. Not just at the Gone with John channel per se, but in general. I would say in general. Yeah, we already did that. It's fine. Sorry, the computer's always got something to tell you guys. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and if you wanna, let's check in you can turn on notifications. I don't want notifications from that shit. No, thank you. Tom Landry in the building. Great to see you, sir. What is going on? Char. Good to see you all. So grains are not that good for us. I think so. I think you're probably right about that. I find that meat digests really well. Most vegetables digest really well. There's a couple of nuts I can't eat. Pause. But yeah, man, shit with parents always is delicious and works well and keeps my stomach happy. Whether I'm eating pork, whether I'm eating chicken, fish, steak. I mean, yeah, meat rarely ever gives me any kind of problems like that. It's other stuff, like grains and shit will fuck you up. Some nuts will fuck you up. Pause, by the way. So yeah, Tom says my friend's woman is a head shrinker. She always tries to make me a client when I go to his house. Yeah, see, that's the sad thing about that, is those people are predatory. And they predicate on every person they can. Oh, you need to talk to someone. Did I tell you I'm a psychotherapist and I'm a therapist and I talk to people and yeah, no, you're not. I'm not paying you to listen to me talk. I'll talk to anybody else or nobody. But if you pay me, I can tell you how you're all fucked up. Maybe get you on some pills I make a little commission off of. Aren't you interested in my psychotherapy? No, that's because you're schizophrenic. You're a narcissist. You should really book an appointment today, guys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your body will tell you what your body does not like. Just get in tune with your body and signals. Yeah, And again, this is what I go back to all the time, guys. Get in tune and in touch with who you are as a person. What makes you sleep good at night? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? Well, change some shit. Maybe you're eating too much sugar. Maybe you're not getting enough salt in your diet. Maybe you're not getting enough water and you're dehydrated. When you go piss, is it brown or yellow? It should be clear. If you're staying hydrated, if it's a little yellow, okay, well, you need to drink some more water. Get some more water flowing through you. This is how this works, guys. I drink a lot of water. I love water. You can't get fucking water out of the faucet as clear as my piss. T.I. song. It's a great lyric. Good to see you, boys. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. I'm going to sit here and chill out with this fire for a little bit and let it burn on down to a safe level. And then I'm going to douse it with water. And then I'm going to go and find out what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. What time is it, by the way? 12:55, 12:56? All right. That's not too bad. I will drop this here one more time for you guys. If y'all want to donate to the old show, let me check and make sure nobody has, so I don't miss giving anyone their props or love for supporting the show. I always feel bad when I do that, and then I see it later on that someone donated, and I'm like, shit, I didn't even say thank you. I'm so terrible at this live streaming shit. I hope y'all are doing well. The other channel, we should be able to get back on it here pretty soon, guys. I'm feeling like it's not going to be much longer, a couple more days. I should be able to live stream and do shit over there again, so I'll get back to that. I am still going to be putting some videos here in the meantime, and I'm still going to be uploading here. Even once I start uploading to the other one, I just might do more of this kind of shit, hanging out and talking with you guys on that channel, and then on the other channel, maybe I'll make more of the serious, like gruff, topics about broads and bitches, and yeah, we'll probably do all that stuff over there. Thank y'all so much. It's so good to see you. Give you one more shot of the fireplace while I figure out how to turn this off. How do I turn this thing off? All right, guys, I'm Johnny. Seraphim, take care. Good to see y'all. Flatlander, great to see you. Tom, good to see you, buddy. Peace.